Okay, the displacement in centimeters of a particle moving back and forth along a straight line is given by the equation of motion where s is equal to the sine of pi t plus 3 times the cosine of pi t, where t is measured in seconds. In part A, we want to find the average velocity during each time period. So, for step number 1 on the interval, that's going from 1 to 2, we want to find the average velocity. And so the average velocity is finding s of 2 minus s of 1 divided by 2 minus 1. So we're going to be using the function at the top here. So we're going to have the sine, 2 times the sine of pi t, which is 2 pi, plus 3 times the cosine of 2 pi. And then that's minus 2 times the sine of 1 pi plus 3 times the cosine of pi, and that's divided by 2 minus 1. Okay, so this is going to give us approximately the following values. So we plugged it into our calculator to find 2 times the sine of 2 pi plus 3 times the cosine of 2 pi is equal to 3 minus 2 times the sine of pi plus 3 times the cosine of pi is going to give us negative 3, and that's over 1, which is going to equal 6 centimeters per second. Okay, let's take a look at number 2. Okay, so this is on the interval that's going from 1 to 1.1. So we want to find the average velocity that's going from s of 1.1 minus s of 1 over 1.1 minus 1. So again, in our numerator, we're going to have 2 times the sine of 1.1 pi plus 3 times the cosine of 1.1 pi minus 2 times the sine of pi plus 3 times the cosine of pi all over 1.1 minus 1, which is 0.1. And so that's going to give us approximately negative 3.471 minus negative 3 divided by 0.1, which is equal to negative 4.71 centimeters per second. Okay, let's go to number 3. And on that interval, we're going from 1 to 1.01. So here is our average velocity. s of 1.01 minus s of 1 all over 1.01 minus 1. So we have 2 times the sine of 1.01 pi plus 3 times the cosine of 1.01 pi minus 2 times the sine of pi plus 3 times the cosine of pi all over 0.01. So this is going to give us approximately negative 3.0613 minus a negative 3 divided by 0.01, which gives us negative 6.13 centimeters per second. And then number 4, and that's on the interval from 1 to 1.001. Again, we want to find the average velocity. So this is s of 1.001 minus s of 1 over 1.001 minus 1. So we have 2 times the sine of 1.001 pi plus 3 times the cosine of 1.001 pi minus 2 times the sine of pi plus 3 times the cosine of pi all over 0.001. So this gives us approximately negative 3.00627 minus a negative 3. Divide that by 0.001, and that gives us negative 6.27 centimeters per second. So the next question asks us to estimate the instantaneous velocity of the particle for when t is equal to 1. So as it's getting closer and closer here to, we can see, to 1 here, it's getting closer to negative 6.3 centimeters per second. So the instantaneous velocity of the particle for when t is equal to 1 appears to be about negative 6.3 centimeters per second.